Today we go over exciting news when it comes to Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, these past couple of weeks we've been learning a whole lot more about the final film in the sequel trilogy that will in fact be directed by J.J. Abrams. And today we do have an exciting update for the final film in the sequel trilogy. And that is that preliminary work has started for principal photography. Actors and actresses are starting to do their rehearsals. Rehearsals will be shot toward the very end of June. And finally, in-studio sequences have already begun filming. So we're actually starting earlier than expected. Of course, the main sequences and all of the on-location sequences won't be shot until the very end of July. But things are happening right now for Star Wars Episode 9, not only at Pinewood Studios, but in other places as well around the whole entire world. So looking at Episode 9 here, guys, this is actually something very exciting to me personally because I really do get excited when I hear that a film is actually entering into principal photography. That's when you know the film is actually being made and it's growing day by day into the day that we see it on film. Now, the reason as to why I am very much interested in this movie is I'm really curious as to exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to wrap up the entire sequel trilogy. We do know that he will be implementing prequel trilogy continuity and content in this movie, and he will use this movie as a tool to essentially tie all of the 9 main Star Wars movies together in one and give it main purpose. So there's a big question for me. Exactly what kind of prequel trilogy continuity could we quite possibly see? We've heard a lot of different plot leaks out there, and we've heard a lot of different things floating around, that maybe an Anakin Skywalker hybrid Force Ghost could very well be a concept that's being driven over from the Force Awakens original concept that didn't make it to the final cut of that movie. There's endless possibilities. Now, looking at Episode 9 specifically, I'm really starting to wonder as to how this movie will end. Will it actually end in a sense where there will be no war conflicts after this era of Star Wars? Or is there actually going to be an open ending where they could very well branch off of it and start another war many decades or hundreds of years later, perhaps? Now, we do know it seems like, as Yoda stated in The Last Jedi, it seems like he's pointing that Rey is the one that will restart everything here. We do know that the books are in the Millennium Falcon. We can only assume that she's going to be using them in this movie to teach younger Jedi or younger students in training to becoming a Jedi. But looking at what J.J. Abrams has put together, and I would say that the main reason as to why I am confident that this movie could very well do a good job, it's because I think there's no worries really. You know, in The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker was the main focus, and though, you know, I was very much nervous going into that movie, and I ended up disagreeing with a lot of things that Rian Johnson did to that character. And that was my biggest fear that came true. And I know some of you guys may agree or disagree with me on that, but I feel like Luke Skywalker deserved to be portrayed in a different way by Mark Hamill. Nothing against Mark Hamill, he was just being instructed on what to do by Johnson and Lucasfilm, Disney, etc. But the reason as to why I do have hope for Episode 9 is because now everything is let go, right? Everything is just disconnected. It's all focused just on Kylo Ren and Rey as the main centerpiece of the movie. And then you have the side plots with Rose and, of course, Finn and Poe and the new characters entering into the mix. Now, I will say that yes, I do have a couple of different fears about this movie, because we have heard that this movie will feature the most characters in any Star Wars film to date, specifically because it's going to be an all-out war, according to John Boyega. The other thing is that this movie will actually explore the most planets on film for a Star Wars movie. So that's another question for sure. How much time will we really be focusing on just Rey and Kylo Ren? That's something that I really want to find out once it releases on, of course, December of 2019. Now, looking at, you know, the possibilities of where this could all go, will another trilogy branch off of this one, or will this just end everything as a whole? And that's exactly why Rian Johnson was hired, was to, of course, just create a brand new trilogy on a blank canvas. Now, I am more focused on the D&D trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, because I love HBO, and I love, you know, how much quality they put into their shows, and I think that the fact that they're a part of Game of Thrones and the fact that they're carrying over to that trilogy just really is very exciting. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this. What do you want to see in Star Wars Episode 9? Are you going to see it? Are you not going to see it? And what do you expect to see in the movie? Anyways, guys, yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about that. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.